Hey everyone, and welcome to another installment of Tom's World. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than my normal exploration videos in the fact that I have little to no knowledge of the history of this place. I know of a factory, a steam plant of sorts that was here at one time, but hasn't been here or even working really since the 50s, we'll say, mid to late 50s. That's the best I can find on this, and I know the location of where the buildings were, but past that, in this wooded area, I have no idea what we're going to find outside of some train tracks that are in there. So I had hinted about this video a few videos ago, and I figure, now would be the perfect time for me to come here and check this out. So where I am is right off of Southampton Road, across the street from the retirement community that used to be Byberry Mental Hospital. So it's right next to the old buildings next to self-help. These buildings used to be used for a haunted house back in the late 80s into the late 90s, I think. And I did have a few friends who were actually part of the haunted houses that would go on here. They were scare actors of sorts. And you could see that building right here behind me. Now all these windows, they used to be boarded up. For quite a long time they were boarded up, and they've been fixing them up in the last, I don't know, 8 years or so, maybe less. I don't know what they're planning on doing. Maybe they're going to be renting these offices and rooms and all that. Maybe they're going to be renting it out. Maybe the self-help program is going to be taking over it. I don't know. But what I do know is this should be really fun, because it's not often that I don't have like a handful of facts about the place that I'm going to be exploring. And this time I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. Oh well, anyway, let's get in there and check it out. So now, as we walk down this road, the buildings are still over here to our left, and there's actually an Eagles bus in there, which is pretty cool. I think it's Eagles. Yeah, it's a Super Bowl champions bus. See, there you go. You can see the Eagles. Yeah, I can talk, I swear. You can see the Eagles emblem there and everything. But that's not what we're here for. What we're here for is straight ahead of us and off to the right. So over this way is where those factory plants used to be. Best I could tell, and from talking to some people that knew of it, it was some kind of steam plant. What they did there, I don't know. I couldn't find any other information about it. So that's the extent of my knowledge of this place. Now I know on the other side of these woods over here is Hornig Road. And I'm familiar with that road because I actually went to Computer Learning Center back in the 90s, and it used to be back there. I don't think I can get in there. I'm gonna see if there's a way, because if there is, maybe I'll be able to find the concrete of those roadways. But the train tracks that came through here, and you'll see them in there, they were actually for the factory. It was like an offshoot of the main railway line, and it would just come down here, and it was just easier for them to pack things onto the train that way and stuff, I guess. Now maybe I can go down this way. Let's see. It's kind of high, but you know what? I do have my deep woods off on this time. So maybe we can try. This is all pieces of concrete here. So this could be what's left of those roads. I don't know. But, we'll check it out. They should be off this way. There's also these big piles of dirt, which were not always here. Bird just flew out of those tall weeds there and scared the crap out of me. All right, well, there is a piece of concrete in the ground here. So this could be part of what was left of the roads in here. See something else off this way too. It could just be trash. It is concrete. And another piece over there. So I'm guessing they demolished the concrete roads in here. Not completely, obviously. So where I'm standing now basically would have been the first oval of concrete that went around each factory building. And like I said, there was 3 of them. So there's 2 more loops off that way. I'll walk down a little bit to see if there's any remnants of that. I think I see something right here, like a good stretch of it. Yeah. And I don't know if I'll be able to find an image to overlay here to show you what this looked like, because most of the images, the old aerial shots I was finding online, they have a watermark over top of them for the website that they came from, and I don't want to get in any kind of trouble for copyright stuff. But then the weeds from this point on seem to get pretty thick going off that way, pretty high and thick. So I won't go any more this way. But if you look, you can kind of see, let me take my glasses off so I can actually see, kind of see right there and there. That could have been one complete oval. And then another one where we're standing, I guess we'd be inside the second factory building. And then the third one would be back there in those thick weeds. But there were a couple of maps that I found on Google Maps, like when you if you have Google Earth and you can go through the history. There were a couple that I found on there that did show the rings. So maybe I'll be able to get off at that. I don't know. We'll see. If I did, then you already know. So we're back on the what's left, I'm guessing, of the concrete roads. And I happen to notice up there's an old lighting fixture. Now, I don't know if that was from when the factory was there. Here, let me zoom in a little so you can see. Right there. I mean, it looks kind of more modern than, say, the 40s, 50s. But, I mean, I could be wrong on that. It could be that it's related to the buildings right next door, down that way where I came from. So that would be pretty much the only history I know. There is a spot up here, obviously I'm familiar with it. I came a little far into this wooded area. It was work related because this land is actually owned by the state park system. And a co-worker and I had to do some work out here, and I'll show you that. But like right here, right back to where that tree is, that and the railroad tracks behind it are as much as I know about this woods. Past that, I have no idea what to expect. So we'll be experiencing it for the first time together. But making my way around to this thing to show you what we did. We covered up an old hole. It was square, and it kind of put you in mind of like a drainage thing from one of the steam plants, but the buildings didn't come back this far. So that kind of doesn't add up. So I don't know what this is, because as I said, the buildings were over there where we were walking around in the higher weeds. They were not here. Even when I look back, like, and I do a time lapse from 2021 back to 1950, there is no building right here. So I'm not sure exactly what that was from, but we put that there just to cover up the hole and make it safer for people. And you can see there have been people back here, and we got a little party spot, or maybe somewhere that a homeless person may have been shacked up and just had a few beers. Who knows? So up here on top of this hill, there's a set of train tracks. And on the other side of this hill on the ground, there's a set of train tracks. And this area back here is pretty peaceful. It's far enough away from Southampton Road that you don't really get the noise pollution of the vehicles. And you know, I didn't see anybody back here when I was here last time, and I don't see or detect anybody back here this time. But I'm gonna go up. There's the railroad tracks, you can see. I came down here to get up on them because it's less of a hill and less of a chance for me to fall. There we go. And then there's the other set of train tracks. Now I'm guessing, and again I couldn't tell because on Google Maps it's too heavily wooded, but I'm guessing these are probably offshoots of the rail line that goes under Byberry Road over by Mast School. I don't know how far they go in that way because this is as far as I came on the railroad tracks. But this way, they come to an abrupt end. And I really got to watch where I'm walking because there are some sinkholes up here. And I almost fell in one the first time I was here with my coworker. Yeah, there's a little groundhog hole. I think there's one up here in the train tracks. Yeah, right there. That's a big hole. I don't know if that's groundhogs or not, but I actually got to step on the rail to get over here. And you can see now how high up we are from the other set of tracks, which there is a trail that goes off right next to it. So that should make it easy and to be able to go down there and see what's there. But you can see right here, the rails come to just an abrupt end and drop off. Another hole there, another one there. But they just come to an end, and then it's a long way down. I don't know what's on the other side of this wall. Like what's down there. Just looks like a wall. Maybe I'll go around to the side and see what I can see. Well, yep, it is in fact just a wall. Goes straight down. There's a little platform here, and there's a view of where we were walking around on the other side of that mound. So I had actually wondered when I was here the first time, I couldn't lean out far enough to tell if that was just a solid wall or if it had a hole in it, but apparently just solid. So one mystery solved. The rest of the mystery is what lies beyond, and there's not much to the woods over there. I know it's hard to see, but there is some paved area over there that's part of Hornig Road. So the woods are like really thin there. Not that these are like monstrously huge woods, but well, that sucks. There's a wall right there. I wonder. I'm gonna go back down this side, and I'm gonna go around that way. And it doesn't look like there's as much of a wall down there. I just got to get on the other side of these fallen trees and the brush and stuff. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll bring you back on. So I've made it to the other side of the trees I didn't think I could get past. Didn't take me long. And yeah, there is basically no wall here. So I could just go down here. So from this point forward, we are experiencing this for the first time together. And I have no idea what to expect to find in here, if anything at all. It would be nice to find something, you know, something just that nobody was able to see. You know, piece of a cabin or something. Who the hell knows? I mean, I know that eventually these woods go behind the baseball fields over here, because right now I believe we're walking parallel with Southampton Road, and The ball field should be up here on the right somewhere. And it would seem at one time behind the baseball fields was a soccer field. Now I know there's a soccer field on the other side, closer to the boulevard, the other side of the self-help buildings. But maybe they used to have their field up there, and then they moved it down closer to the boulevard. I don't know. But there was a soccer field there. Tell you though, it's a well-groomed trail. And as we're walking, I'm looking off into the trees left and right to see if I see anything. Right now I see nothing. Just woods, trees, shrubbery. Oh, well, this is different. I guess this was made to cross this creek. Well, whatever little bit of a creek there is. Had to test the weight factor there. All right. Some random lumber out here. I first saw it, I thought maybe it was train tracks, but it's not, obviously. It's wood. The trail doesn't really go off that way, so we'll keep following it this way. You can, well, I don't know if it's coming through all that much on the video, but there are tons of bugs of different kinds flying around this old down tree. So weird, the circle of life, you know, the tree dies, becomes a habitat for other life. No matter how much of a pain in the butt that life is, buzzing around our heads and stuff. This is cool. Exciting, something new. Something I've never done before. And I get to bring all of you along with me. That makes it extra special. Special. Yeah, I know. As in most videos, every once in a while, I have a problem with words. All right, now it's curling around. And because I've actually turned a couple of times, I don't know if we're still running parallel with Southampton Road. Over to the left, and it's not going to come through on the camera, so I'm not going to bother to pan. I can see through the trees parts of Hornig Road, or whatever's back there, the roads behind Hornig Road. I think this is the most I've ever said Hornig Road in my life. This is definitely cool though. There's some mud there that I just slipped in. I know you're all still waiting for that first fall. Honestly, so am I. The anticipation is killing me. But I will not fake it. There are people who I've seen, no one local, but there are people who I've seen on their YouTube channels when they explore, they'll fall. And you know it's scripted. You know that they did it on purpose. That will not be the case with me. When I fall, you're gonna know it was real. I don't fall very agile. Like I'm very clumsy when it comes down to it. And when I fall, it's a funny sight, I'm sure. The path seems to be getting a little narrow now. And now turning to the left. Little deer path going off that way. Got bugs flying all over me. And you know, what trip in the woods would be complete without a golf ball? I mean, Dinosaur Lake, yeah, I expect to see that in there. It's right next to a golf course. Here, there's no golf course around here. Closest one is by like Comley and the Boulevard, which nobody's hitting the ball from there into here. Seems that the path widened again. I see something over here. Can't make out what it is just yet. It's like box shaped. It has wheels. The heck is that? Well, it's a party place, that's what it is. Holy crap. Oh, it looks like there's even more trash up there where the sun is. We'll get to that in a minute. That's... Is it a Coke machine? Like an old... No, could be some kind of old... I don't even know. Dare I open it? It doesn't open. Well. Oh well. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of litter around here, but it looks like there is a ton more up here. Well, not as much as it looked, but it's a paved road. What is this paved road? Look at all those Twisted Teas and Mike's Hard Lemonades and Michelob Ultras and Natty Ice. Something over here. Piece of concrete. It's paved here too. What is this? It stops being paved over here. Well, we're just gonna have to check this out before we go back, huh? I mean, we came in from that way. Is this a path? That is not a path. So the next path into the woods is down that way. But for now, we're gonna check this out because I'm curious. What the heck is this? Well, we're definitely behind the baseball fields here. So if I follow that trail right there, that'll take me down and around to the right behind the baseball fields. But this, I don't know. I wonder, maybe this was the road to come in for those factories. I thought that wouldn't make sense. You could just come in off of Southampton Road. I don't know. And it goes down a long way. So I'm gonna walk down there. I'll save you having to see the same thing over and over again. And we'll just do a cut to wherever I stop walking and turn around. But if I should see anything interesting other than Twisted Teas and stuff, I'll bring you back on. But otherwise, I'm just gonna scout it out. So I've actually stopped going down this road because, just out of curiosity, I checked my my maps and see where I am and where I'm heading, and it would seem that because of all the turns that we made in the woods, that I didn't realize this way is heading right back towards Roosevelt Boulevard. So right back down to where the soccer fields are now, Lighthouse Field or something like that it's called. So I'm not even going to bother going that way because I know there's nothing to see down that way. And that would just be a useless walk. Am I turning down the exercise? No, because I'm still walking around in here. I still have a ways to go to get back to where I was. But yeah, we'll get back to there and we'll see where that one trail goes. So we're just about to approach back to that first initial asphalt area that I got to. And I was thinking, You know, I actually did try to look around online for anything at all about this area. It still does not explain to me why this asphalt road is here. And I know taking that path around to the ball fields, there's not much to see over there because the woods ends. There's houses on the other side of those woods, or yeah, eventually houses. So there's not much to see that way. But you know, the thought occurred to me that I might be the very first person to be documenting this wooded area, which is cool. Because from this point on, whenever somebody looks up, you know, woods, Southampton Road or whatever, this is a video they're going to see. And just make sure if you came across this video in that fashion, or any search at all, make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, so I came from in there. Allergies are kicking in. It's pretty warm out today, actually. Most of this week was pretty cool out. You know, it was enough of a coolness that I was able to have my hoodie on and still be comfortable. Matter of fact, because I worked outside, a couple of those days I had to have on an extra long sleeve shirt underneath the hoodie. But it's not bad out today. It's enough that I'm actually sweating, and I'm just wearing a t-shirt. Well, I mean, I have other clothes on. I'm not just wearing a t-shirt, but you know what I mean. Can't tell. I think that's just a down tree over there. For a second I thought it was a bridge. Another dip, another waterway when things get flooded, I guess. The good thing about these woods not being monstrous is that I can't really get lost. I mean, it helps having the map application. But, you know, right now I feel like I'm getting further away from where I started. Because if going down that asphalt road was leading me back to the boulevard, then... Oh, look at that. Cool little spider web. Oh, he's in there too. I don't know if that comes through on the video, but I used to take pictures of stuff like that early morning with the morning dew on there. Made for cool pictures. Alright, I'm going through higher weeds right now, so I'm off of the trail. And if I look through the trees back that way, I see a building, so I'm not getting very far that way. So we'll go back off to the right here and see where that takes us. Seems like the trail just kind of stops over this way. Maybe if I follow, I mean, you can see the little ditch here. It's almost like it stops being a ditch right here and then picks up again over there. Up ahead looks like, it's hard to tell, but it looks like a rather large tree that's down. I mean, this one's not like this one's small. It's weird, you can see how it grew up and it actually twisted, like it turned, did like a 180 as it was growing throughout the whole thing. That's pretty neat, I guess. Of course, I didn't say anything, but I was thinking how lucky I was that I haven't walked in the spider webs yet, and I just did. And it would seem the trail does continue. I mean, I have a feeling that it's just going to be full circle and we'll wind up back where we started. Is this where I just came from? Yeah, it is. It truly was full circle, wasn't it? Because now we're back at this area here. Still don't know what this is. Let me go so my shadow's not in the shot. Almost looks like, if my gimbal would, there we go. Almost looks like it might have been a window of some kind, or maybe part of a bridge. But the metal mesh makes me think it was a window. But I can't think of anything that would be over on this side of the boulevard and this side of Southampton that would have that. Now, if it were on the other side of Southampton or the other side of the boulevard, I could argue that it was parts of the Byberry Hospital or the old Byberry Hospital buildings that are on the other side of the boulevard. But being back here, I doubt somebody brought it all the way back here, because none of the Byberry buildings were here. And that's not really a path. Probably leads to nothing anyway. And here we are, back on the road that I came in on from Southampton Road. Was an adventure for sure. On the way back, I did not find anything interesting at all. No other paths or trails or anything. The only thing I did find was that my phone was using up a bunch of memory somehow. So I had to stand there for a little while, move things around on my phone, get rid of some things, and hopefully I have enough storage left now to make this last clip of the video. Because here we are back at the rubble. So I want to say thank you once again for coming on yet another adventure with me. This one was cool for sure, because, well, I had never been back there before and I knew very little about it. And now, after finding that asphalt path, I have something else to look into. See if I can find out what building was back there like past the baseball fields. So I'll be doing some investigating with that over time as time permits. But for now, I guess I'll wrap this up. So once again, thank you for coming along with me. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Once you do that, hit that notification bell. That way you'll be sure to be notified as soon as I upload new videos. They've been coming out at least once a week-ish. Last week I did not do an exploration video of any kind. I did a live feed in homage to a good friend of mine who had just passed away the day before. Jim will always be remembered. He was very much a supporter of this channel and of everything that I did. He was a good friend and he was always there for me. So I guess I can dedicate this video to him as well. I miss you, Jim, and I love you. Anyway, also, if you could, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That way I know you like the video and it helps me with the YouTube algorithms. I am still trying to struggle, inch my way up to 1,000 subscribers. I'm not far off. Not really far off at all. So if you can, encourage anybody that you know that might like these kind of videos. Encourage them to check out my channel, and if they like it, they can subscribe. Maybe even recommend a specific video for them, if you happen to know all the different places I've been. Dinosaur Lake seems to be the most popular video of all, especially the original one. I think that had over 4,000 views last time I checked. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.